Hi there, YouTube. It is I, the one, the only Naudia Exotica. Throwback to last Vlogmas last year. I remember I was filming so many videos right here. Oh, the nostalgia. But this is Vlogmas day 9, and I'm hoping that it's okay that like last year, I'm kind of doing a little bit of like tossing aside of certain topics or certain things because I want it to be like kind of just like what I'm feeling in the moment, as well as these planned kind of content themes. But I had to kind of postpone the one I wanted to do today, which is totally fine, because I had like a very sweet phone call. It was a very long phone call, and it got the wheels turning, as sometimes they do. So for those who do not know, actually, first of all, this is something I wanted to ask. Are you guys watching Christmas movies yet? I'm going to give you a list of ones that I like. Obviously, The Grinch, Christmas Office Party with Jennifer Aniston and that other guy, and the other guy. Can't remember their names. Oh, and I'm drawing a blank on her name too. Anyway, hilarious. Let's see what else. Four Christmases with Reese Witherspoon. I really like freaking Are We There Yet? Isn't that like considered a Christmas movie? Narnia. I feel like Narnia is not considered, or Chronicles of Narnia, sorry. I feel like Chronicles of Narnia is not considered a Christmas movie, even though Santa Claus makes an appearance in it. And then there's also, I can't remember what it's called. It has Seth Rogen in it, and they like all do a bunch of fucking substances and get completely obliterated on Christmas. It was called, oh my gosh, I can't remember. The Night Before? No, I don't think so. But that one's funny. Just look up Seth Rogen Christmas movie. And then what else? I feel like I'm missing one more. Oh, obviously, The Princess Switch with Vanessa Ann Hudgens. I like number 3. I think it's called Chasing the Star or something like that, or something the Star. I don't know. It's such a cute movie. Love it to bits and pieces. And yeah, so those are like my ones that I really like. But there's probably like way more. There's like actually so much more. I'm just drawing a blank. But anyways, okay. Comment down below what ones you're watching right now, because I want more. Anyways, so for those who have no idea who I am, maybe you're new here, also welcome newcomers. My name is Naudia Exotica, okay? And I was working as a cam model for 3.5 years, and simultaneously doing adult hotline work. I still do adult hotline work, though not nearly as much as I used to. And now I read tarot cards. So this is kind of another instance where both worlds kind of collided tonight, because it was this long phone call that initially I thought was going to be a certain route, and instead it was just very emotional. Honestly, it was kind of like, I don't want to say therapy, I'm not a therapist, but it was very therapeutic in a way. And it was just one of those things, you know, it just kind of made me stop and think. So without obviously giving away too much information, of course not, because I pride myself on, you know, everything's in confidence in terms of any work I do. Tarot reading, unless you're unhinged as all hell. That's kind of where the line gets blurred here. Is if it's like, if you treat me like a bitch, okay, I will mirror that same energy and I will talk about it. But for the most part, no, absolutely not. And it's not like I'll expose anyone or out anyone, but like I will relay in an anonymous way what happened to me, right? My experience. But so anyways, this person, as we were talking, kind of spilled the beans. I mean, we were talking about so many different things. And again, that's kind of how the hotline calls have gone for me throughout the years. And we were talking about so many things. All of a sudden, they were saying that they had proposed to their trans partner, and they were rejected. And they had been together, I think, a year and something. And it was obviously gut-wrenching to be rejected. And, you know, like, that takes a lot of courage, a lot of vulnerability to, you know, muster up the energy, the courage, whatever, to propose to somebody. But the reason why this person's partner rejected them was because they thought they were a chaser. And obviously, me being the little tarot card thrower that I am, I was like, something's not adding up here. Because for one, in my experience, I'm just going to relay my experiences with chasers, because I also had noticed, sidetrack, I'd noticed I'd posted a video entitled chasers versus admirers, and I don't think I was talking about a certain predicament, I think, but I don't think I really actually did, like, you know, a Venn diagram of it, or a compare and contrast. And so I wanted to kind of get into it a little bit. So in my personal experience, and I'm just relaying what I have encountered, a chaser isn't going to be with you and stay with you for a whole year. That's just not kind of how I've experienced chasers. So that's like the biggest pinpointed difference. And again, I could be wrong. Circumstances can obviously vary from person to person, but I have experienced chasers in terms of, and especially in business, in terms of, like, you do your job, you do what it is you do, and they want nothing more to do with you. Or they'll backtrack and be like, listen, this was cool and all, but yada, 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 I shouldn't ever do this again, whatever have you, because they are fetishizing you, right? And think about it in terms of, like, post-nut clarity. Like, they got their rocks off and now they want nothing to do with you further. There's no friendly banter, nothing. It's like you served your sensual purpose and that's it. That's like the biggest, most hugest thing that I feel like I want people to think about, because especially in regards to the trans demographic, words, I'm just going to say it, I don't care if you get pissed off, words get thrown around so much they become bastardized, meaning they no longer it's diluted. So the more you call people who are actual admirers, trans admirers, you know, chasers, it kind of starts, again, the lines get very blurred. So that's like the biggest, most hugest thing. And then obviously in terms of this person's relationship, they had told me that they had met their parents and you know, was very involved in their family life. You know, this person was very out with their close loved ones in terms of who their partner was, in terms of their partner being trans. And that's kind of the biggest thing that differs with admirers and chasers as well, is that they're not going to be out with it. They're not going to be forthcoming with it. Absolutely not. You are their little secret that shouldn't be divulged, that shouldn't be shown to the public, right? And obviously there's levels to this shit, right?
I do want to make it a point to say I don't know the intricacies of this situation or this relationship, okay? I'm not claiming to. Hell, this man could be a damn chaser and he was just spewing bullshit to me, I don't know, selling me some shit. But I just wanted to kind of convey these things in case you are trans and you're dating and you don't know what to look out for. And basically, the other thing I want to point out is I don't necessarily believe that just because someone's been with a trans person means they're a chaser. I don't think that's the case. Or even someone having a preference. Like, again, there's just such a fine line.
So I feel as though, I do want to say, I don't know this other person's side of this story. They could have had a million and one different reasons for not accepting their proposal, of course. But that's kind of my biggest thing, is like, why would someone stay with you for over a year if they just look at you as this sexualized, you know what I mean? Can it happen? Probably, sure, of course. But it just seemed like everything that he was telling me was not in alignment with the way that the partner was kind of like, I don't know, just rejecting them. In all actuality, it really seemed like there was maybe some other issues that I think it was just so much easier to justify by saying, I think you're a chaser, right? But unfortunately for this man, like, he's gonna kind of like, until he licks his wounds, he's gonna kind of think like, oh, you know, like maybe I am. I feel like things get kind of thrown around willy-nilly and it just makes it all fucked up. So, and as someone who, of course, like my clients were mixed with different types, different archetypes of people, and chaser is at the forefront. And it's literally like they experience post-nut clarity. And that's like the fetishization of it all, you know. You served your intimate purpose, that's it. So, and again, I know I've said this time and time again, I don't care if this comes across a certain type of way. In a setting in which I'm being paid, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm getting paid. I'm getting my money. This is my livelihood. I don't care. I'm showing myself off on webcam. Why should I give a shit? But in a romantic setting, obviously, you need to weed out and really, really use your intuition. I'll never shut my mouth ever about intuition, as to who actually sees you as a human being with qualities, with attributes, with, like, you know, your quirks, with your traits, all of that, versus who sees you as an object of pleasure and nothing more. And then they want to clean your fucking hands of you. Those are chasers. Okay? And listen, if you're guilty of being a chaser, then so be it. I literally have no fucking opinion one way or the other because I'm not dating. I don't give a shit about dating. I don't care about romance. It's strictly, for me personally, it's a equal opportunity, right? It's like an opportunistic kind of thing. I really didn't give a damn who I've interacted with, who is a chaser, who isn't. I don't care. I don't care. If I ever get back into the dating pool, then I'll care more about who's a chaser and who's not. But again, I don't really have, I feel like at this point in time, I really don't need to weigh it out. Like, I kind of got people pinned. So, yeah, I mean, I felt for this person. I'm like, damn, like this is really, and then even more circumstances surrounding their life. I'm like, you've just been it's been handed to you, sweetheart. I'm sorry. And not in a good way, not like handed to you on a silver platter. Like, you've been through it. So all I could really do is like offer words of encouragement. And it was a fabulous conversation. And I love when that happens. So it's almost like my two worlds are colliding, like the tarot and, you know, what is little left of the adult work. Because in all actuality, it's not really as much as it used to be, you know. I'm loving that. I'll get into it more on another video, but it's just like a kaleidoscope. They're colliding and it's meshing. So anyway, feel free to please leave your experiences down below and your insight, absolutely. And yeah, you know, I just feel like there's some things that definitely should be pointed out, and I hope this helps in some way, okay? Navigate everyone intuitively, please. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or video requests, feel free to email me. My email is naudiaexotica@gmail.com. Follow all my links at naudiaexotica.com. And also don't forget to read my blog, which is naudiascuriotrove.com. And until the next video, which is tomorrow, you will be hearing from me very soon.